Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking all about the Virginia State Quarter, and we'll be going over the characteristics that are present on a few of these that could make them worth much more than their regular 25 cents value, because most of these you can just spend, but there are a fair amount that are going to be pretty valuable, so that's what we'll be covering. It could be an error, it could be a variety, it could be just really nice condition, or maybe silver if it's one of the proofs, but we'll go over all the values, mintages, and what you need to know to evaluate your coin to see if it's something good. Let's get into the video. So let's dive right into this Virginia quarter. We see the three ships that sailed into Jamestown for its quadricentennial, 1607 to 2007. A great depiction there. I'm not going to focus too much on the specifics of this quarter, but instead I want to focus on some of the varieties. And in this case, it's going to be on the Denver Mint Mark quarter. There's a double die obverse where there's clearly some, light doubling in Washington's ear. And there is sort of, I'm not sure if that's like a clash mark or just like a die gouge, but that's a marker that you can certainly use to confirm that this is the double die obverse. And this one sells, $5 to $15 is sort of the range that you can expect for this one. In terms of some of the conditional rarities, Mint State 68 is really the only time you want to submit one of the P-Mint ones. There's almost a billion made, and they haven't graded any 8+ or 69 coins, which would be super expensive. So I generally would say don't submit these. On the other hand, if you have something that's truly looking perfect and you think it can get Mint State 68, it might be a candidate to submit on the Denver Mint Mark side around $700. Now, in terms of some of the clad proofs, don't grade these. They're interesting, have a little bit of value, but it's really not enough upside when you look at the odds of you getting a 70. Now, in terms of some of the errors, there were a fair amount here and some really, really interesting ones. In this case, we have a straight end clip, so in the process of punching out the planchets, somehow it didn't properly, get a circular, and instead it's more of like this half moon. But the thing is, once the planchet size is sort of incorrect, it increases the odds of being off center and not properly falling into the dies, and that's what happens here. Struck 30% off center and sold for about $960. There's also this one, which is much less valuable, but I do want to make a point that there can be some valuable coins sort of across or interesting error coins across the spectrum. $50 for a broad struck coin. Basically, it would be off center. The retaining collars aren't properly around the edges of the coins, and instead it just expands. So it's effectively, larger planchet size. It's going to be a little bit thinner. $50 there. Then this one was $15,600. Somehow a quarter ended up getting struck by penny dies. You have a fully struck quarter gets struck by fully, full two dies on the penny side, sold for over $15,000. One of the most significant modern errors really in existence, probably top 10 or top 15. And certainly, really gorgeous eye appeal as well. Some nice toning. So interesting stuff going on here. And that's going to be our last of these Virginia coins to go over. So not too much in the way of the varieties or, too much upside when submitting just for conditional rarity. I think the errors are neat to highlight, but at the same time, I'm moving a fair amount here through the presentation. Can't hurt to look for something that's pretty collectible on the Virginia quarter if you've got one of the ones with a Denver Mint Mark. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.